Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to be doing an Etsy shop critique. This is one of the many free critiques I do every single month for free to give back to my community. So if you would like a chance to win a critique, I will leave the link right below the video where you could sign up. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, consider subscribing. I do upload weekly videos to help you build an impactful online business. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell. This is for everyone, so you'll be the first person notified of any new videos that I upload. In addition to that, if you're new to Etsy, you're a beginner, I have a lot of resources that you can find right below this video that will help you get started the right way. So make sure that you check them out. And let's head over to my computer to see who is today's lucky Etsy critique winner. So today's lucky Etsy critique winner is a store called Rock Life Designs, and the store owner is Amanda. So congratulations on winning the critique for today. Now, even if you didn't win this critique, make sure that you stick around and watch this video all the way to the end, because everything that I'm about to cover in this critique is applicable for any type of niche. So you're going to learn a lot. Also, while you're watching this video, if you have any feedback for Amanda, maybe something I didn't mention, maybe you sell on this particular niche and you have some advice for her, make sure that you leave it right below this video. I'm trying to create a community where we all come together and we help each other grow. So make sure that you leave a comment, suggestions, or any questions you may have throughout the course of the video. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you're new to these critiques, what I normally do is that I take a particular listing and I do an audit on that listing. I talk about the photography. I talk about the title, the listing description. I talk about Etsy SEO. I talk about Google SEO. I talk about the curation of the store, branding, and much more. I do break it down into sections, so it's easy for everyone to follow along and take notes as you watch the video. Now, the listing that I'm doing a critique on today is actually this one right here. So Amanda does have a beautiful store where she sells jewelry. And I'm going to be doing an audit on this particular listing. So the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. As you probably guys hear me all the time say, product photography is really important because when you sell on an e-commerce platform like Etsy, your photo has to be the best because you're competing with so many people around you, so many competitors, especially in the jewelry industry. So for instance, if this is your photo here, these are all of your competitors around you. So you have to always make sure that you think like, what makes my product stand out in the feed that will make somebody stop scrolling, pay attention to my product, and potentially even click on it, engage with the additional photos, engage with the video listing, engage with the listing description, and hopefully add to cart and buy from me. So it starts with the photo. Now, photography is the number one thing shoppers consider when making a purchase. 90% of them said that's the reason why they purchased from a store after Etsy did a survey. So it wasn't the reviews. It wasn't because of the pricing. It wasn't because it was an established store. It wasn't because it was a new store. It was simply because of the photo. So if 90% of people are saying that the photo grabbed their attention and that's what made them purchase, you have to make sure that you have an amazing photo. You could have a bad photo, and a bad photo could prevent you from getting a sale no matter how amazing you know that your product is. So I'll repeat that again. A bad photo could prevent you from getting a sale, even if you have an amazing product. Always keep that in mind. And I know for a lot of us, our gift is creating the item, not taking photos, not doing SEO, not doing the listing description. I know that it is a little bit of challenge for most of us, including myself, when it comes to taking photos. But you have to make sure that if you're not able to take the photo, maybe you could hire someone. maybe you could buy a light box to help you with your photos, right? Maybe you could have someone else in your family that is good with photography. Nowadays, all you need, to be quite honest with you, maybe just an iPhone or an Android device, just a mobile device, a good lighting, and that's all. What I normally recommend is to use natural light and no flash. That usually does help you take the best photos. That way, to avoid any shadows in the background and to make sure that your photo is nice and beautiful. But remember, your main photo is the attention grabber. It should be the best picture of all of your list of all of the photos in that particular listing. The additional images, right, within that listing should reflect the different angles, the detail of the item, an image in use, size, the scale. You should include styling and variations of your item. So something like this, I like it that it's just simply just the actual product. But what I would do as well is have a photo of somebody actually wearing it, since it is an ankle bracelet. So maybe having the second photo of somebody wearing it. But as the main photo, I think she did a really good job with it. When I look at it, I know exactly what I'm getting is jewelry. Obviously, I will have to read the title to know that it is an ankle bracelet and not just like a wrist bracelet. But it looks beautiful. It doesn't look distorted. I know exactly what I'm getting. So from that perspective, I think that you're doing a really good job, Amanda. Now, when we click on the actual photo, she does have a video of the product, and I think she did a really good job with it as well. It's clear. It showcases the entire product. It goes with the aesthetic that she already has, right? With the same style. So I kind of like that as well. So I think she did a good job with her video as well. This is a nice photo, kind of like more showing it from the top. And this one looks like it's very similar to this one, right? This one actually looks a little blurry right here, but from here, it looks really good. It just looks a little blurry in the back. But sometimes these kind of shots actually do work, depending if you're just trying to show the angle of the product right here. So I think she did a really good job. Now, one recommendation I have for you, Amanda, is to take advantage and make good use of all 10 available photos in each listing. Why not add all 10? Show off the product in detail through different angles, accurately show, like, scale the item with other things so people could see how big it is. Make sure that you maybe have somebody wearing the actual ankle bracelet. But I do think that you need to add more photos so you could keep people engaged longer. One quick way to keep people staying longer in your store and hopefully proceeding with reading your listing description and buying from you is by keeping them longer by having more photos here. And you could do different variations of photos. Like I said, a style photo. You could have one of somebody actually wearing it. You could have one maybe you holding it up with your hand. And what I would do addition to that is, do you package this in a beautiful box? If you do, take a photo of that. People are buying stuff, especially now for Mother's Day. And if they see that you package it in a very beautiful way, they might be more prone to buying from you, especially because with COVID and everything that's happening around the world, people are shopping now online more than ever. So they might be more likely to buy from you if they see that you do package this in a way that it is for a gift. So I would do that as well. In addition, I didn't see in your store that you're doing email marketing. So having an image where you tell people, hey, sign up for our email list. You could offer some sort of incentive, or you could just simply ask to join the email list, and having a photo letting people know, link in description. This is a great way to make sure that people that do visit your store that maybe don't buy at that particular moment, they sign up for your email list, and then you could remarket to them at a later time. Start building your email list now. When we use platforms like Etsy, platforms like Amazon, we are renting a space in this particular site. So if something was to go wrong and they were to suspend your account for whatever reason, You don't want to be stuck with no email list and having to start all over again. So it's really crucial as a small business owner, not only because if you get shut down, but it is best practice to have an email list as a business owner. No matter if you're very, very small, if you're established, maybe you've been doing it for a while and you never did it. Start as soon as possible. Start building that email list so therefore you have customers that you could remarket your products over and over again and get sales on a continuous basis. This is why you hear so many people say the power of email marketing. And until you do it, and until you really understand it, you won't fully understand or grasp the severity of having one. So I highly hope that while you're listening to this critique, that you make note of it and you say, okay, I'm going to start an email list and see how it goes. Don't feel intimidated by it. I know that it can be. Trust me, I've been there. But you need to make sure that you do it as soon as possible for your business and making sure that, you're promoting it on your Etsy store, and Etsy actually does allow you to do so, and promoting it outside of Etsy. So if you have social media platforms, and anywhere else that you promote your business. But those would be my recommendations. You are off to a great start. Your photos are beautiful. I just think that you need to make sure that you add more photos. If this is the store that you're trying to scale and make this your full-time income and take it to the next level, whatever level it is for you, maybe it's 1,000 a month, maybe it's 6 figures a month, right? Who knows? Everybody has different levels of success of what they want, right? So whatever you're trying to do, you want to make sure that you utilize all of these features that Etsy allows you to use, because we don't have control of what Etsy does, but we do have control of what we do in our store, in the sense of adding all 10 photos, in the sense of making sure we're choosing the right tags, making sure that we have enticing listing descriptions, things like that, that you could improve to increase and have a higher optimized page, that when people land, you will have a higher conversion rate. So to increase your conversion rate, some of the stuff that you could do is add 10 photos, is add a more engaging listing description, right? Is making sure that you have the right SEO, that you're targeting your cater audience, etc. These are things that we have control that will definitely help you in the long run start getting that momentum and start getting more traction to your store. So that would be my recommendation for your photos. Now, for your title, I think you did a really good job in the sense that you're not doing keyword stuffing, which is something that Etsy frowns upon. They haven't done anything at this moment that if you do keyword stuffing, you'll get penalized, but they do frown upon it and they do talk about it in their Etsy handbook. However, what I do recommend is you still want to make it user-friendly for the customer, but I do recommend adding a little bit more keywords because you don't have enough to get some traction. Keep in mind that when Etsy looks for keywords to match with customer search queries, they look at the title, they look at your tags, they look at your attributes, and they look at your category. So you need to, those 4 spots, you need to make sure that you're choosing the right attributes, you're choosing the right category, but also in your title and tag relevancy that you have as many keywords as possible, but try to make it also user-friendly. So when people are reading it, prospective buyers are reading your title, they don't get confused or overwhelmed with understanding what exactly you're selling. So you did a good job, but you definitely need to add a little bit more. So you have yellow jade, ankle bracelet, boho body jewelry woman. So you did pretty good. And let's see if you're using those in your tags. So you have yellow jade ankle bracelet. So I'm assuming that's your first keyword. So let's see if I see it here. I don't see it as a keyword that you have. And I'm using, by the way, guys, eRank Pro. It is the paid version in case if it does look different to you. And then you have as a second keyword, you have, let me go back. Boho body jewelry woman. Boho, right? Boho body jewelry. So you have 3 words, but you don't have woman. I don't see the woman, you do have boho body jewelry. So it looks like you have one keyword in your tag only. So you want to make sure that you had more than that. You want to make sure that your title is called title and tag relevancy, meaning that you have to make sure that your titles match your tag. So what I would do is make sure that you add additional keywords here, because that's going to help you with Etsy SEO. It's going to help you drive more traffic back to your business. So definitely do that as soon as possible. And you would do the same formula for all of your listings, not just this one. And then let's look at your keywords really quickly. So these are the keywords for this particular listing that you have. And one thing that I see right away is that a lot of these keywords have less than 20 searches a month. So what it's telling me is that you're not getting any traction from using these keywords. I'm not even worried about these being super competitive, because at the end of the day, no one's really searching for them. So maybe, many people are using these, but not too many people are searching for them. So what I recommend is going back, sitting down, looking at your beautiful piece and thinking about 10 to 15 keywords that accurately describe what you sell. I see some here that you did a really good job, like bead ankle bracelet. I think that's really great because it does describe what you sell. The only downside is that not too many people are searching for it. So keep doing it like this. Come up with keywords that describe what you sell. But you need to I recommend using Keyword Explorer. You could go in there, plug in each keyword you came up with, and do additional research. You have to make sure that your keywords have at least a monthly search volume of 500. In a competition, my sweet spot is 30,000 or less. But you need to do keyword research and make sure that you're finding keywords that people are searching for. These keywords here are not really helping you because they have no traction. Another thing that I always tell people not to do is use your shop name. In the beginning, when you are just first starting out, that no one really knows your brand, is a waste of space because no one's really searching for you. When I first started, I'll give you an idea on my YouTube channel. I never really used my name, Nancy Badillo, as a keyword because no one was really searching for me. Now I use it because of the fact that 22,000 monthly searches are done on YouTube just with my name. So now I use it as a tag because it helps me get more potential views, right? And get people to find my videos. But in the beginning, 3 years ago, when I had 0 followers on YouTube and no one really knew of me, I really didn't use it because it would have been a waste of space when I could have used a different keyword to get found. And it works the same with Etsy. Do not use your shop name until you got traction. Once you grow your brand, once you're a little bit more established and people are actually searching and you do research on your own keyword, on your own shop name, and it says 300 monthly people are searching for it, that's when you go back and you edit your listings, or every new listing from there on, you add your shop name. But in the beginning, it's not necessary, to be quite honest with you, because no one is really searching for it. So I would remove that and use that as a regular tag for now. It doesn't mean, Amanda, that you won't blow up. This could be a whole different story in 6 months from now, right? Or in 1 year from now. And I hope it is. And I hope that's for a lot of you guys that are listening. So things could change like that. But when you're not getting that traction with your name, do not use it as a tag. But you definitely need to go back and redo your keywords. So therefore, you could find keywords that you could rank for. And I understand why you're using boho jewelry, boho beach jewelry. Your jewelry kind of matches that style. But for some reason, it's not performing that great on Etsy at the current moment. Another thing you might want to do is do market research and really understand your products to see, are my products seasonal? Do my products perform better from July to September? And maybe that's why the numbers are skewed and they're a little bit lower. There are going to be products that perform better on certain months. And when you look at months that are not the performing months, the numbers are less. So keep that in mind, guys, depending on your product. This is why whatever you sell, it's really important that before you even open your store, you do market research to make sure that one, there's a market for what you sell, and two, you understand, is this a seasonal product? Is this an evergreen product, right? And then kind of go from there. So that way, you know, okay, from January to April is going to be the slow months. So those months you're more working on marketing, on your blog, on creating searchable content that people will find your content. And then for the months that are the busiest, maybe that's when you run ads and you do other things and you have systems in place. That way you are doing something for your business every month that's going to propel you versus you just sitting there saying, well, how come I'm not getting sales? So in the slowest months, you have systems in place on what you're going to do as a strategy to continue growing your month and have those peak months that you're going to outperform because you have all these things in place. So that's what I would do. Go back, redo your keywords, try to find keywords that have traction, like 500 monthly search volume with 30,000 or less in competition. You could throw in some high competitive keywords as well, because if you do end up ranking for them, those are gold mine and those will drive you tons of traffic back to your Etsy store. And sometimes just having one or two competitive keywords might propel that particular listing. So keep that in mind as well. And once you have the new keywords, don't forget to optimize your title for SEO, optimize your listing description for Google SEO as well. I think you did a really good job with your listing description. You have your meta description up here, and you did include, you did put boho body jewelry. Make sure that when you write your meta description, you use the main keyword, the one that you have in the beginning of the sentence. That's more for Google SEO, but you include it also in your meta description. Good job for having a description of what exactly the jade gemstone is, having the colors, having the size, making sure that you say, contact us with any questions, so you have great customer service. What I would do is at the bottom is add a link to mashing items or add a link to your homepage. You don't want people to keep scrolling down and now hit your competitors down here, right? Because Etsy does put your competitors here, and we want to keep them in your store. So we don't want them to say, oh, this is cute, click here and leave and never come back. So I will add a link here that will help you with your click-through rate and hopefully keeping them more engaged in your store. And then also don't forget also in the future when you do your email list to have your link here as well, and finish it with your name. Make sure that you say, thanks for stopping by, sincerely Amanda, whatever you want, or sincerely, and then put your store name. And I will put that here in the bottom as well. So far it looks really good. Obviously we need to work on adding more photos, Etsy SEO, optimizing your listing for both Etsy SEO and Google SEO. But I mean, it is what it is, right? That's why you sign up for the critique, to kind of get some advice. But your store is really beautiful. What I will focus on as well is having a logo. A logo will set you apart from your competitors. It will help you grow your brand. Keep in mind that your shop icon, whatever you have here, which is usually the logo, this goes in all your Etsy receipts. This goes in other parts of Etsy if they ever promote your store. So for people to start remembering your brand, in my opinion, it's better to have a logo than a picture of your beautiful self. So I would just have a logo here and keep with the picture here. I'm going to zoom in your picture so it looks beautiful. And then I will put your name on the bottom. Instead of putting Rock Life Designs, I would just put your name there. People, when they engage with the store, especially on Etsy, they want to know who they're engaging with versus when people buy on Amazon. I'm like that too. When I buy on Amazon, if somebody was to ask me, where did you get that sweater? I don't know. I'll say I got it from Amazon. I normally wouldn't say I got it from this cute store called Rock Life Design, right? So what I would do is have your name here. You have your beautiful photo there. You have great reviews. So in that area, we don't really have to speak anything on it. And you do have your about me section filled out, and you have your shop policy filled out. So your customer market experience score is really high because you have great reviews, you have your about me section, you have your shop policies, you have your, all of this information down here filled out, like returns and exchanges. So you're doing a really, really great job. But you definitely need the traffic, right? Because you're selling on Etsy, and one of the advantages of selling on a platform like Etsy is the building traffic that you get. So you need to make sure that you're optimizing it for Etsy SEO and Google SEO so you can amplify your reach and start driving traffic. And don't forget that not every single person that comes to your store is going to buy. So you have to have systems in place, one being email marketing. So therefore you could remarket to them at a later time. I hope you guys found value in this critique. If you did, please give me a like. Please leave a comment below. Question, feedback, anything you would like to say in the comments below. It does really help me grow my channel, as well as let me know that you guys enjoy these free critiques that I've been doing for the last 3 years to give back to my community. I appreciate you guys watching, and thanks for watching again.